Very good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. The biggest problem in the life is not what exactly you are doing. The biggest problem in the life is that you have stopped challenging people. You have stopped challenging the existing regulation. And end result is that millions and millions of people across the globe are following something which is highly obsolete in nature. Example, if I look back, this gentleman in 1975 challenged HP. And if I say HP of 1975, then it is Apple of today. So example, today a young kid who is having only $100 in the pocket say that HP do not know how, Apple do not know how to do technological innovation. I know 99.99% people will treat him idiot except me, because people have a mindset, and that mindset is called status quo, that whatever you see is actually a reality. We really forget it how to challenge. And I think that is one of the reasons that very few entrepreneurs in the world like Steve Jobs, Mr. Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, Elon Musk, although I'm having few differences the way he works, but still, Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, the ex-Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the ex-Prime Minister of Australia like Madam Julia Gillard, and all, they all are more or less immortal because they challenge the status quo. And since they challenged the status quo, rest we all understand. They went ahead and they just thought that, hey guys, I don't agree with you. I just need to go ahead and I just need to do the way I really wanted to be. And they never thought about the people. Like if I speak strictly from an accounting angle, then accounting is a very big stream, first of all. But unfortunately, the scope and size of accounting is kept in such a way that, you know, like millions and millions of young students are trying to get a degree which is known as chartered accountant, CPA, American Institute of CPA, and different fellowship program like FRM, GARP, and my favorite CFA, Certified Financial Analyst. Certified Financial Analyst. Now, what exactly happens is that after getting the degree, they treat themselves as professional. An unfortunate fact is that many regulators across the globe accept these degrees. I wanted to ask one thing. Apple was made by somebody who was not having any degree. Windows was made by somebody who was college dropout, Harvard dropout. Oracle was made by somebody who was, I think, Mr. Larry Ellison, both school and college dropout. No word about Steve, right? The best cricketers of the globe are either 10th fail or they are maximum graduate, and somehow they have, I would say, passed their graduation only to tell people that they are graduate. But is graduation defines the best cricketers? No. What defines the best cricketer is how immaculately he score in the tough conditions. How immaculately he scored in the tough conditions, just like Ricky Ponting, Sachin Tendulkar, and all. And they are not even bothered that they are graduate or not. I'm not talking about these two. I'm talking about as a whole fraternity. What would if cricketers can only be cricketer provided they pass a certificate exam by BCCI or maybe ICC, International Cricket Council, and all these? That ICC and BCCI and maybe different boards like Australian Cricket Board, South African Cricket Board, and all, they would have a written examination, and via this written examination, if they pass, then in that they can play in the cricket. Example, in this written examination, it would be asked what would be the length of the bat. And do you know, guys, all cricketers across the globe are having their different bats. The size, shape, and the weight of the bat is different for each cricketer. I still remember in one of the IPL matches, Indian Premier League matches, Mr. One of the Matthew Hayden, I think, if I'm not wrong, from one of Matthew Hayden, an Australian cricketer, in fact, very super Australian opener. He came up, I think, this much bat, the smallest bat in the history of cricket, and he did it. He actually did it, to be honest. And I think BCCI and ICC and all other respective cricket boards should have a written examination of cricket. And if you clear the examination, then in that you can be cricketer. Forget your skills. Forget your skills. How you face the ball, how you score the century, how strong you are mentally, how resist you are, and all the exam. Pass the exam and be a cricketer. I think IPL should have an annual examination whereby they should invite all young people to give exam. If you pass the exam, then you are in IPL. Performance do not matter. This is the kind of culture we have created in the system across the globe when people have some certified degrees and they are running before these degrees. And since they are running before these degrees, the level of innovation in the society and especially in the corporate sector is basically has reduced to the lowest extent. I know many people disregard that, but it really matter to me that in COVID-19, before COVID-19, even in the Singapore, everyone was robot trading, robot trading, robot trading. And after COVID-19, robot trading, robot trading. Before COVID-19, artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning. After COVID-19, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data. And after COVID-19, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Again, this drama will start. We do not have a realistic data as of today how many startups across the globe are closed. Do you know, guys, today I was talking to my friend, and he told me that he was about to marry a girl, and this girl used to work in some, I would say, in some media company. I will not reveal the name. And he said that when he watched the matrimonial profile, or when he watched the matrimonial profile of that girl, it was like, it looks like that this girl is really working in a media company. And when he spoke with that girl, the girl herself told that I work, but when he checked with that media company, the media company told that we fired her long ago. And I'm not against that girl, I understand. But what I was thinking, that even media companies started firing people. Media is considered as one of the safest jobs in the world. Because guys, whatever happens, the media will continue to run. If there is a recession, they will say recession, recession, recession. If there is a boom, they will say boom, boom, boom. If there is any political news, they will run before you. If there is any drama, they run before you. Even media companies have started firing people. To forget the startups, those who are self-made. Well, by the way, there is no definition of self-made, to be honest, because venture capitalists disregard that. Now the biggest question is that where exactly are we running? Guys, I'm telling you, it's not India. Even today in US, Australia, Europe, Singapore, anywhere you want a correct or an accurate information of unemployment in the youth, you will not get that. No one, even in any country of the globe, including US and Singapore, knows that an exact unemployment in the youth sector. No one knows. And by the way, very great economist of the globe mentioned a concept called disguised unemployment. Now, what is disguised unemployment? It means at place of 4 people, 8 people are working. So rest 4 are disguised unemployment. And these 4 people, those who are working, now their jobs are replaced by the machines. We all understand that. You go wherever, even I got a video from some train station in some part of the globe. I forget it that in this train station, the coin, basically the coin you take while you board the train, it's coming automatically out of the machine. No guy, nothing. Even in India, I heard that the metro which is running in Delhi, it is getting slowly automated, and you can have your coins automatically from the machine. They are moving towards automation. So all the basic jobs are moving towards automation. But unfortunately, the mindset to challenge the status quo is still the same. The world is moving towards automation. We are moving towards so-called artificial intelligence, machine learning. But our mindset is artificial intelligence. We really do not want it to do anything different in the life. And that is one of the reasons that most of the people end up where they actually are, and we keep chasing people. Example, I'll give you one more thing. Like, you know that now we have launched our investment banking desk, and very often you will see me on the YouTube talking about different investment banks, investment banking things and all. Of course, 80% is paid and 20% is complimentary. I was Yesterday night, I watched two videos about Burger King IPO, right? And I don't wanted to mention the name of the channels. It's not professional, but one video was about 16 minutes, and one video is about, I think 16, I think same 16, 17 minutes something. What I have noticed in these videos is that an extreme automation is done. Like, screen is moving here, there, the person is doing something on the mobile phone, and so on and so forth. But when I was looking at the content, basically the stuff which he wanted to convey, whether we should buy Burger King or not, or what are the 5 things, like I told you, we to be considered. And I was till the end looking, hey guys, at least talk about the intrinsic value of Burger King. Talk about, even you do not want to talk about intrinsic value, at least raise the point about the intrinsic value of the Burger King. That's very important. The question I'm not raising that whether the Burger King floor price is less than intrinsic value or more than intrinsic value. That is separate thing. Individual has to decide whether he is going ahead or not. Simple. But the biggest question, guys, at least raise a very important thing, which is intrinsic value. And then I was looking that these videos are full of automation, but no one raising the important point about which is known as intrinsic value. Forget Kotle's intrinsic value and all these things. And people are making their mindset after reading these kind of videos, and many people invest. That's of course their call. And whenever I see such kind of thing, I always find myself in a pitiest situation that where exactly are we heading? The question is not about the current generation. The question is that Steve has passed around 9 years ago. But still, Apple is a strong company. I remember when Steve passed in 2021, many great media analysts came in public domain in US and said that it's a matter of time Apple would wind up. But they forget it that the culture which Steve imbibed in Apple, and this is what really mattered. And that culture, after 9 years, is more than $2 trillion valuation company and 100% profitable company. Even when in this COVID-19, majority of the global corporations, unicorns, they are either collapsed or they are more or less on the verge of collapse, Apple did pretty well because of that innovating culture, because of challenging things, because of moving ahead. And now they are moving ahead in terms of chips, which is, I know that it's a brave decision, but the great entrepreneurs like Steve, Mr. Bill Gates and all, they always took brave decisions. How dare somebody can thought in 1976 that the whole world would operate via one operating system, which today we known as Windows. That's a separate thing. Windows XP, Windows 8, 9, 10. These are the versions of Windows, upgraded versions, right? How dare somebody can you can see the mindset of that person, that in 1976 he dared to think that the whole world would be running via one operating system. Today we know this as Windows and the largest software company of the globe. How dare the new CEO, Mr. Nadella of Microsoft, thought that when he joined that Microsoft was having very okay presence in cloud business, and now see, now Microsoft is one of the leading names in cloud. You cannot close your description without mentioning Microsoft. How dare a school teacher who used to work in China, getting a very small kind of salary, thought about making a platform, a corporate connect platform, basically an e-commerce platform. Today, people term this as Alibaba. Just think about that. When I'm not short of examples, by the way, just think about when these guys started. They were not having LinkedIn, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, Twitter, basically Instagram, Facebook. They were not having that. They were having no support. They were not having so-called Singapore FinTech Festival. They were not having the so-called venture capitalist forums. But they made it. They made it because of one thing, which is persistence plus believe in yourself. And this is the reason why they would always be remembered, at least to me, by the time I'm alive. How dare that, several years ago, a person in China who used to be a school teacher teaching English thought about making an e-commerce platform, and today this is Alibaba and having offices across the globe. Just think about the mindset. So guys, I just want to tell you one thing, that the youth which is coming up and the youth which is there right now, by the way, I'm also young, turning 37 next year. This youth is having a responsibility, like Lord Shiva, Mahadev always said that the big powers come with big responsibilities, and Mahadev proved it number of times when during Samudra Manthan, when the poison came out, everybody raised the hands. It was Mahadev who came forward without any invitation, without any award or reward, and what he did is exemplary, and that is why he is known as Neelkant. He not waited for any invitation. He not waited somebody would come and invite him, or somebody would come and obliged him that it's your responsibility. He just did it himself from his own will, and I think that is the reason that he is known as Devokedev Mahadev. And he did it on several occasions. Many a times he did it without any invitation. So Lord Shiva, Mahadev, rightly pointed out that the big powers come with big responsibility. And I think this is a line which I'm not sure is used in one of the Spider-Man movies. I think Spider-Man 2nd, if I'm not wrong. Or maybe I think Spider-Man 2nd. The end of Spider-Man 2nd is the big powers come with big responsibility. So the young generation who is coming today is having big power. The power of Facebook, the power of LinkedIn, the power of Twitter, the power of Instagram, the YouTube, WhatsApp, and all these powers, which were, by the way, not there when I was in college, to be honest. The young generation need to understand that, like Lord Mahadev, Lord Shiva, they need to use this power in a right way and for the betterment of the society. They need to make sure that the young generation who is set to come, what they all about. But I know many people will just go to the right hand side of the YouTube and click the dislike. I really don't bother, because guys, our target is to short 5,000 videos in 2021. You dislike as much as you can. It really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. At least to me. Because I know that one day the same YouTube channel would be followed by millions of people, because the kind of content we are putting well advanced. So guys, just think a lot, just think that We are here to innovate. We are here to do something new. We are here to create something new. We are here to challenge the status quo. We are here to make sure that the young generation who is coming end up having a much better information in advance than what we are today. Just like Steve makes sure that the young generation should have iPhone, Mr. Jobs makes sure the young generation should have the latest version of Microsoft. Oracle makes sure, Larry Ellison makes sure the young generation would have absolute well Oracle. Elon Musk is trying, though I have differences with him, but he's trying hard for electric vehicles. Mr. Jack Ma is trying everything new in the e-commerce, payment app gateways and all. Politics or non-politics, what had happened with him in China. That's a separate thing. It always happens when you turn big. Whenever you turn out to be a successful person, remember you always get enemies. People always hate you, few, because they believe that why are you growing up? Rest is definitely your call, but to me, my life and my destination is really clear that I'm here to innovate. I'm here to challenge the status quo. I'm here to go against what is said in the books or what is said by some regulator. I am ready to challenge any regulator. I challenged many regulators till now, but none of them came forward and accept my challenge. I challenged Big Fours many a times, but none of them came forward. My LinkedIn profile is often reviewed by the so-called partners of Big Four, and I can see it many times. Many a times, the CEO of Singapore-based companies and Hong Kong-based companies review my LinkedIn profile. Though I believe in simplicity, many people asked, even if strategy consulting turned out to be Alibaba, and which would definitely be, you believe that I would always have simplicity. I like Steve Jobs. I don't know how much you know about Steve, but even Steve was when in somewhere 2005, 2006, when Apple was like up. Steve was like simple t-shirt and shorts. That's it. And everyone was looking like Steve's. In India, if you look at Mr. Narayan Murthy and Madam Sudha Murthy, you will see that the kind of simplicity they put forward. And one is the founder of Infosys, and no need to tell the achievement of Madam Sudha Murthy, and especially about the interview episode between her and Ratan Tata. Mr. J.R.D. Tata, when she almost forced Mr. J.R.D. Tata to amend the rules. This is called challenge the status quo. And that is why I always respect Madam Sudha Murthy, because she really, it was almost impossible for her at that point of time to challenge the status quo. But he did it. But she did it. And that's why it's an example. And if you look at Narayan Murthy, you cannot even feel that he is the founder of Infosys, because they don't believe in Redo watch, Gucci tie, Gucci coat, clean shave. They know that people know them. They know that their achievements speak, their talent speaks, what they made in the world. Infosys, see the Mysore facility of the Infosys. It is like an amazing facility created by anyone in the world, having almost everything you are having. So guys, just make sure that whatever you do in your life, I'm not saying all status quo is wrong, definitely not. But in 2020, and when we are almost 26 days to touch 2021, the time has come when the youth should come forward and challenge the status quo and make a fresh status quo. Else, I'm telling you, the young generation who is about to come, this young generation would again do the same thing, which, by the way, the generation of 1970 did. Choice is yours. My choice is very clear. And I close the video with one of the favorite quotes of Madam Indira Gandhi, Mrs. Indira Gandhi, the ex-Prime Minister of India. Madam Mrs. Indira Gandhi said a very beautiful thing, and which I always remember. Madam Indira Gandhi said that there are two kind of people we have in the world. One who make their own path like the way she did, and one who copies other path. And then she said the most beautiful line, even better than the first, which is, there is an intense competition in the second part, which is basically the people, those who copy somebody's work. But there is hardly any competition in the first part. Choice is yours. Madam Indira Gandhi is not with us anymore, but her work, her achievements speak very well. And let it be honest that I am in the first part. It's not because there is less competition, it's because I wanted to create something. And this is my message to the youth also. I know this generally is little tough. Like, just to conclude, Lord Krishna in Mahabharata said, I really love Mahabharata. Whenever I get time, I see Mahabharata on Disney Hotstar. And now it's an OTT world. Wherever you are in the world, you can see that, Lord Krishna said very important thing, and I'll speak in Hindi. Somebody asked him कि सुख और शांति में क्या डिफरेंस होता है. वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. मुझे भी नहीं पता था क्या डिफरेंस होता है. कम पता था. लॉर्ड कृष्ण सेड, सिंपल, सुख का रास्ता संघर्ष से होके निकलता है. इट मीन्स, I would say happiness path is full of struggles, disturbances, somehow tortures. संतोष का रास्ता सब कुछ छोड़ने से मिलता है. जैसे कि एक तपस्वी, there are a lot of sages we have across the globe. They just leave everything. दुनिया जहाँ जा रही है जाने दो, नहीं जा रही नहीं जाने दो. They just do their own meditation, which is good. And they are santosh, which is also known as self-satisfied, or away from the whole globe. उन्होंने उसके बाद बोला, चॉइस इज योर्स, कि आप सुख के रास्ते पे जाना चाहते हैं या संतोष के रास्ते पे जाना चाहते हैं. मेरा आंसर तो आपको पता ही होगा. With this, we thank you very much. This is our special video for the youth. Treasury Consulting always loves educating youth, always loves to inspire. और मैं जाने से पहले एक बहुत फेवरेट कोट बोलूँगा. The great scientist, rather the great nuclear scientist of the globe, Mr. Einstein. He loves teaching. Like our late President, Mr. Abdul Kalam, he always loved teaching. And thank you to him. Einstein said a very beautiful line. When somebody asked in one of his classes that, why do you teach? You are a nuclear scientist. He said, I teach because I wanted to make one kid different. I wanted to awake one kid in the class. I'm not here to make sure that I awake everybody in the class. I'm here to make one kid awake in the class. And that kid, boy or girl, whatever, will awake another kid. And that another kid will awake another kid, and this cycle will start. And end result, you die with the satisfaction that you made some changes in the society. And I think that is one of the reasons why Einstein was one of the favorites of, and he is favorite of, And that is with the permission of Einstein, Sir Einstein. I'm using the same thing. I make a lot of videos and would continue to make a lot of videos because I wanted to awake one person in the society. I'm really not bothered about the subscribers. I'm really not bothered about the likes, dislike. I never bothered. I never worry how much views my videos having, because one thing I know, that the kind of messages I get on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook and all, that really matters. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. Our WhatsApp 9818485155. मोटा भाई सब ठीक है ना? मार्केट ऊपर ही ऊपर जाती जा रही है एक तरफ. और अगर नीचे आई तो आपको पता ही है। समझ गए ना मैं क्या कहना चाहता हूँ? वेरी गुड। केम छो।